Welcome to Review Recapped. Today we will be showing you an American sci-fi horror movie named The Thing. Spoilers ahead. Sit back and enjoy. The movie opens up showing 3 Norwegian scientists in a snowcat are following a signal across a vast and mountainous expanse of snow. They stop suddenly, and after a few moments, a crack in the snow/ice drops the snowcat into a fissure where it's wedged. The headlights from the snowcat are pointed down into the fissure and reveal a spaceship. Sander, a Norwegian scientist, visits an American paleontologist and tells her that they have discovered a structure in an organism and convinces her to come to Antarctica. Kate and her colleague, Adam, fly in a helicopter to the Norwegian camp in Antarctica piloted by Americans Carter and Jameson. They get to camp and meet the other Norwegians including Edvard, the camp's leader, and Lars, a mechanic who is the only one that doesn't speak any English and has an Alaskan Malamute. Upon their arrival, Kate and Adam and the Norwegians get into a snowcat and go to the site where they see a full view of the top of the ship in the ice. Some distance from the ship, they show Kate a strange-looking organism encased in ice. Back at camp they discuss the removal of the organism, which they believe will take most of a day. The organism is removed and is put in a wooden room back at the camp still encased in the ice block. Sander tells the team that he wants to take a tissue sample first, which Kate objects to as they need to do sterilization and take other precautionary measures. He tells her not to question him again in front of the others. They drill a hole into the ice and remove a frozen flesh sample from the organism, placing it in a petri dish. Later, in the camp's room, the entire team is partying and realize the discovery they have made: aliens. Meanwhile, the ice block is beginning to melt. While everyone is partying, a shot cuts to the Alaskan Malamute in its cage and it's barking and trying to get out. Jameson comes out of the bathroom and goes into the room with the ice block. Lars scares him by yelling boo from behind and then Lars leaves. All of a sudden, the unseen thing breaks out of the ice and jumps through the ceiling. Jameson runs back to the rec room and tells the others the thing is alive and escaped. They all go to the room and see the ice block with the hole that the thing left after escaping. Sander instructs the teams to divide into 2s and 3s and to search for the thing. One pair goes to the dog's kennel and finds a big hole in the wall with a lot of blood and some fur. 2 of the Norwegians, Henrik and Olaf, see the thing under one of the buildings. Seen for the first time, the thing resembles a large beetle in that it is slimy, has multi-crab-like legs, a large mouth with giant teeth, and tentacles. One of the tentacles shoots out and goes through Henrik's chest, splattering blood on Olaf's face. The thing then pulls Henrik back under the building and starts to eat him. Olaf screams and they all come running. They start to shoot at the thing with their rifles with little effect, other than causing the thing to jump inside the building it was under and to climb up it. The team douses it with kerosene and sets it afire. The thing, with Henrik still hanging halfway out of its mouth, falls to the ground dead. The team goes back inside, and all are in a daze. Olaf is being treated and looks very ill. Juliet, the only other female on the Norwegian team, is consoled by one of the men. Carter tells the team that he will take Olaf back to civilization in the morning as he needs medical help. Sander then tells the team that although Henrik has died, they are still scientists, and this may be their only chance to study the thing. He has the burned remains of the thing brought back inside. They autopsy the thing, and inside they see the upper half of Henrik's body, and Kate comments that his skin looks almost new. Kate then pulls out a metal piece and asks what it is. Henrik's colleagues tell her that Henrik had a titanium bar placed in his arm to stabilize a fracture. Kate asks, then why was it outside of his body? Later Kate and Adam look at the cells from the thing under a microscope. Not only are the cells still alive but they are overtaking Henrik's cells and then replicating them. The next morning, as Carter and Jameson prepare the helicopter, Kate is in the bathroom. She sees something bloody on the floor and picks them up with a napkin, 4 bloody, silver dental fillings. She then looks in the shower and sees a lot of blood, but no body. Olaf and another Norwegian, Griggs, get into the helicopter with Carter and Jameson and the 4 take off. Kate runs outside to stop them. Carter sees her flagging them down and decides to land. Olaf asks if anything is wrong, as he looks terrible. Griggs assures him everything is okay, and then Griggs' face splits in half and his chest opens to reveal tentacles and rib-like teeth. Griggs has been replicated, and he attacks Olaf. Kate and Sander watch as the helicopter goes out of control and crashes behind the mountain, apparently killing all 4 of them. Sander asks her why she tried to stop them. Back inside, the team is all together, and Kate explains she found silver fillings in the bathroom. She tells them about the cells replicating and that her theory is that the thing is able to replicate any organism perfectly. However, it cannot replicate inorganic matter such as metal teeth fillings in the metal plate from Henrik, rejecting them. No one wants to believe her, and they decide to have a few of the team take a snow cat to go get help at a nearby Russian camp. Juliet stays behind with Kate and tells her that she saw Colin, another team member, with a rag coming from the bathroom. Kate tells her that they need to stop the team from leaving, and Juliet says she knows where the keys are to the snowcats. They go into a room, and as Kate searches in a drawer for the keys, she hears a slimy noise from behind. It is Juliet splitting in half. The Juliet thing tries to attack her, but Kate runs out of the room, down the hall, and passes another Norwegian and tells him to run. He doesn't, and the Juliet thing stabs him with a tentacle. Kate shuts the door to the hallway, and Adam and Lars arrive. Lars has a flamethrower pack. They open the door on Juliet, absorbing the man she attacked. Lars blasts Juliet thing and the other Norwegian with fire. The team gathers around, and Kate tells them the thing is like a virus. Apparently, anyone who gets blood or part of the thing cells onto them is assimilated. She asks Adam what they should do about viruses. Adam says quarantine and that they isolate it and then destroy it. They decide to do a blood test to determine who may be infected. Adam and Sander work in the lab while Lars and Kate disable all the snow cats. Lars shows Kate a stash of grenades. As they head back, they see part of the camp on fire, and it is the lab. They then see two people approaching from the distance. It is Jameson and Carter. Everyone thinks they must be thing replicas because they couldn't have just walked away from the helicopter crash. They lock them both up. The team starts to accuse one another, and Kate says she knows another test. She gets a flashlight and tells Lars to open his mouth. We see that he has fillings in his teeth. She explains to the team that the thing replicas would not have fillings. Everyone is eliminated as a suspect except for Sander, Edvard, Colin, and Adam, who do not have any fillings in their teeth. These four are held at gunpoint while Kate tells Lars to go get Jameson and Carter. Lars and another Norwegian, Jonas, go to the building holding Jameson and Carter, but they aren't there. They have escaped through a hole in the floor. Lars goes to search after them and runs into a building and is suddenly pulled inside. Jonas runs back to the others to tell them that Carter and Jameson have killed Lars. Carter and Jameson, who is armed with a flamethrower, come into the building, and they have a standoff with Pater. The rest of the team hide behind Pater. Edvard yells at Pater to kill Carter and Jameson. Just before Pater blasts them with his flamethrower, Jameson shoots Pater in the head with a gun but also hits the flamethrower tank and gas pours out. The gas reaches the flame on the end of the flamethrower and explodes. Edvard is thrown down severely wounded by the blast. Carter and Jameson suddenly gain the upper hand as they have all the weapons. They get everyone to go into the rec room, and two of the Norwegians carry Edvard. Once in the room, Edvard's arms suddenly detach from his body and transform into small, crab-like creatures, one of which attacks Jonas and attaches to his face. The Edvard thing then grows a tentacle which stabs and severely wounds Adam, then fatally wounds Jameson. Kate and Carter try to get the flamethrower working, but are unable to do so due to trapped air in the main fuel line. The Edvard thing sprouts a new set of arms and legs and crawls over to Adam, and then starts to meld with him, causing their faces to attach. Kate tries to blast the Edvard/Adam thing with the flamethrower, but it escapes outside and falls down in the snow. She returns to the rec room and finds Jonas being assimilated by the arm thing, and kills them both with the flamethrower. Carter sits with Jameson until Jameson dies. Carter moves aside, so Kate can blast the dead Jameson with the flamethrower. Among all this chaos, Colin flees into the compound. Kate and Carter hunt for the thing. Meanwhile, Sander is hiding behind a desk, but the thing, which has now fully absorbed Adam into itself, finds him and attacks him. Carter and Kate split up, and the thing follows Carter into the kitchen. Just before it attacks Carter, Kate blasts it with the flamethrower, forcing it to burst through a wall and fall to the snow outside, burning. They see the Sander thing escape in a snowcat. Carter tells Kate to let him go, that he'll freeze, and he has nowhere to go. Kate says that he does have somewhere to go, he can try to reach other people to assimilate. Kate and Carter get into the other snowcat and follow Sander to the spaceship. As they get out, Kate focuses on the earring in Carter's left ear. Carter also tells her that they didn't kill Lars. They walk towards an open hatch in the ship, but the ship activates and Kate falls through a vent into the ship. Carter enters through the hatch. Kate gets to a point in the ship that looks like the energy source, it looks like a bunch of pixels. Behind her is the Sander thing and he chases her into a tunnel. Kate grabs a grenade as the thing pulls her out of the tunnel. She throws the grenade into the thing's mouth, which blows up, and destroys it and the ship's energy source. Back at the snowcat, Carter gets in but Kate suddenly tells him to wait while she puts the flamethrower in the back. She stays outside the cat and tells Carter, "You know how I knew you were human back at the camp? Your earring." Carter has no earring now. He reaches up and tugs at his right ear, which has no earring in it. Kate says it was the other ear and she douses him with the flamethrower. As he burns, Carter lets loose an inhuman screeching noise. She gets into the other cat, that the Sander thing had used, and rides away toward the Russian camp. In between the end credits, we cut back to a helicopter landing at the camp. A dead, frozen Colin sits at the radio. He has slit his own throat and wrists. The Norwegian helicopter pilot yells out if anyone is around, and a gun shoots at him. It's Lars, the only one left behind and not infected. Then the Alaskan Malamute leaps out from a broken window and Lars tries to shoot the dog. The dog runs off. Lars yells at the helicopter pilot that it's no dog and to get into the helicopter. In the end we see that Lars and the other Norwegian pilot chase and shoot at the dog from the helicopter. Hope you enjoyed the movie. Help us grow by subscribing and turning on the notifications.